And then the
Oh shit, Gary Cole. I could put him on my Rushmore. I love Gary
Oh
Cole.
yeah.
Who do I take off?
and then the dad from like Transformers. Yeah.
Oh man,
Like those two.
Veep is just amazing.
Yeah. It's a good show.
All right, here comes the music.
Music. And we're rolling. We're live. I've only got a little bit echo. It's the Time Spent Poorly program with your hosts, Derek and Eduardo. Tonight we're going to talk, what are we going to talk? Useless trivia. We're also going to talk our ideal Mount Rushmore and anal fissures. I don't really think that's a thing. Somebody made that up.
Can
Have to-
Damn near killed him.
Tonight's guest, sharing the mics, old Huds himself, Chris Huddleston.
Howdy.
Without further ado, let's turn it over to the hosts, Derek and Eduardo.
Hey everybody.
Thank
Go over
you.
the program.
Thank you.
Oh, Rushmore.
Welcome. But we've been off for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we have.
I didn't stop drinking.
You got married, Derek.
For sure. For realsies? Yeah, I did. This is the first TSP show since the marriage.
Yeah.
Let's see the ring.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, look at that bling.
Bling a bling bling.
I
That's why
believe
you
she got it
married,
off
folks.
Etsy.
It was for the ring.
It was. I'm excited to talk about Rushmore. This was like
Rushmore, yeah.
Actors Rushmore. Is this that I had a hard time with it because I was like, well, do I want to have like a comedic actor in it?
At least one.
Absolutely.
I had a hard time landing on my fourth, and I don't know that I have a comedic. Well, no, I do. He's done both.
I also had a hard time going away from my original Rushmore, to be honest.
I
Yeah,
have two
it's-
comedic actors.
It's hard to leave that original Rushmore, but I think it needs to be left behind in certain regards.
Yeah.
You want to go over them?
Well, so the original Rushmore, well, we can say that.
Yeah, let's share the original Rushmore.
The original Rushmore, because that's the conversation that started this, is we came to find out kind of naturally that Ward and I have like the same Rushmore of favorite actors of all times. It was just basically the act, and how we classified it as like actor that will watch basically any movie that they're in, good, bad, ugly. I used to go out and buy the movies from these four actors.
Let's hear it.
So, Nick Cage, Bruce Willis, John Cusack, and John Travolta.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where I had like an active personal campaign to like buy every movie that came out, and then eventually they started like really aggressively acting more than
Right.
an actor normally.
Yeah, they started putting out so many bad movies that you couldn't even keep up with it.
Bruce Willis.
Well, yeah, because
Nicolas Cage.
so I think
Yeah.
oh Nick Cage.
And
But I think like Bruce Willis, I bought. I think the last one that I went and I bought because I actively was still doing that was Tears of the Sun. I went
That
and
wasn't a
bought-
bad movie.
No,
but,
it's a good movie. Yeah,
Monica
Monica
Bellucci's
Bellucci.
in there.
yeah, it's a great movie. So I bought it, and then
She's on my
but
actress
that's when he
list.
started doing it. Like he started churning out. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry, not true. Red.
Yeah.
Red was
I
fantastic.
bought. I did buy Red and Red 2.
But that had Morgan Freeman and
Right. So,
yeah.
John Malkovich.
but then I quit because then the Lionsgate curse. You know, basically it's like every movie. And then John Cusack now looks like he wears a John Cusack mask.
Yeah, he's a bug.
Yeah, anything post like 1408, there's something wrong with his face.
There's something
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
a little bit wrong with it.
Yeah.
He's kind of, I don't know, he just doesn't seem
I want to say
quite
it's Botox.
mentally there.
It
I
is
think
probably
it's
Botox.
and it's probably there's
He's trying to hang on to his youth because he was like a youthful
Yeah.
yeah.
actor. And
Yeah.
he's put on weight, so he's a little bit heavier now too.
What was your Rushmore?
My new Rushmore
What was your old one?
that we were.
No, we
you were in agreement.
we
the
had
same-
found that we had kind
it
of
was
naturally
like
through the
the
conversation.
11th episode of Basement
Yeah.
Boys 2, we were talking and just kind of like discovered that we
The same four
wow.
actors. Like I'd watch
then we
any
built
movie
a
there.
bunk bed
We did,
out
yeah.
of our twin beds.
But now we want to
karate in the garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
update it now though, right?
Yes,
That's the
well,
plan.
I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna come to bat with our own.
Yeah. Well, we all four have now, right? We put
Yeah.
together
Yes.
a Rushmore. Okay.
Yeah.
We kind of are a Mount Rushmore too.
We also are.
That's true.
There's 4 dudes.
And we can get into that. I mean, there's a lot of I probably have a lot of ones I could put in there too, of like ones that didn't make Rushmore, but I still will actively. Some honorable mentions, I guess, of people that I will watch a movie if they're in it.
They'd be in your Hall of Presidents.
Yeah,
Quite
like
on
they're
the
there. They're like the heads in Futurama.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, they're in really good stuff. They're really good actors. They've got quite a good body, but they're not on my Rushmore.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And up until the insane shit that happened last year, I mean, if we were having this conversation last year prior to like Me Too stuff, I mean, Kevin Spacey would have been in it.
Your first one that comes to mind on that.
Kaiser
Oh
Soze.
man, Kevin Spacey is
Kaiser
actually
Soze.
one of my absolute favorite actors. So that was actually a pretty devastating moment, actually,
Well,
because
To me, it's like in Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has great movies, but I don't know. He's just really weird.
He's a shitbag
Most
human
of
being.
that Scientology thing. And
I mean, Scientology, that's great, but he didn't try fucking a kid. So I mean,
That's true.
So there's
but you can separate the actor from the work. Like Picasso was weird, Salvador Dali was weird, but their work is great.
Yeah, except for I'm probably not gonna go gleefully watch a Kevin Spacey movie though and put him in a Rushmore now.
I'll still gleefully watch Glenn Ross. That's such a perfect movie.
No, I know, and so is and so are a lot of his movies. I mean,
Suspect.
Jesus Christ, he's the only redeeming quality of Superman Returns. He's the best Lex Luthor that's ever existed.
Hands down. What
Nobody
a
can
nice-
play that part now.
I don't know. Clancy Brown in the cartoon is pretty good.
Yeah.
His voice is perfect.
Yeah.
He's just like, I believe this guy.
But
now.
man, I don't know. Like some of the line delivery he gives, like he phones it in. He really just went all out with it.
And the kryptonite shank.
You're not getting the big picture. Oh man. Or go ahead and say it. Go ahead. She's like, Superman will never let you. Wrong. Love it. God, so good.
Yeah.
So good, man. And the kryptonite shank.
That was you could tell that he spent time in prison because he just. I mean, it's like a toothbrush.
To be honest, I actually do like that movie.
I do
a
too.
bit. I
Brandon
actually
Routh
do.
did a great
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve impression.
Yeah, it's a good movie. People give it shit, but you know what? It made a ton.
Yeah, it did.
And I saw it in theaters.
Pretty sure all the Superman movies make a ton of
Oh,
money
yeah.
every time.
So
That's why they keep making
new
them.
Rushmores though.
New Rushmore. And I teased a lot of my guys last show. I've got John Goodman on there.
God,
Because
he
Yeah.
is brilliant. But he's the best.
An excellent supporting
Yeah.
character
The best,
actor.
one of the best supporting.
Yeah, the only
Actor.
person who's done a better job with less than 20 minutes of screen time is probably Anthony Hopkins. But like, was it Flight that he did with
Yeah,
Denzel?
Flight was
Oh my
absolutely
God.
amazing.
John Goodman was my favorite thing about Red State.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
Red State is the Kevin Smith of like first foray into horror movie where they do kind of like the Westboro Baptist Church thing.
I didn't see that.
It's good.
Is it?
It's
It is. I
fine.
enjoyed it.
It's good. It's weird.
Yeah.
But John Goodman's great in it.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's just great
okay.
and everything.
That's a solid entry.
So here this is I guess my comedic entry. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
God, he is likable.
Yeah,
because
his
there's not a
charm,
thing
his
he's
charisma
in
is
that
unstoppable.
I can't.
Dwayne
get
for
behind.
president.
He's
Yeah.
not an actor,
I would vote
but
for him
he
before
is
anybody
a
that's
by
running.
God movie star.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
We're doing it
there's a
against side
distinct
combo.
difference
Yeah,
there.
I don't even
There's
care
this
what
scene
his.
In
I don't give a shit what party he would be.
No.
Say the Tooth Fairy.
There's the scene in the rundown.
The
I
whole-
love
yeah.
everything
When
about
he's
The
that.
whole rundown is a
Yeah.
great
Right.
movie.
But
Yeah.
when he's walking through the bar and he walks past Arnold Schwarzenegger and Schwarzenegger's just like have fun. That's
Yeah.
like the have
Yeah,
fun
it's like
taking
that
the reins.
like
Yeah.
standoff.
Tagged him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
You're up, Commando.
Man, I follow The Rock's Instagram. I follow him on like every social media you can. I honestly he's one of those people when he posts like inspirational stuff, I don't like just scoff at. I'm just like, yeah, fucking whatever, man. You're The Rock.
Yeah,
This is
he
The Rock.
You're
And
The
I
Rock.
Smell what you're.
I'm
cooking.
there, bro.
And he looks better now than he ever did while he was wrestling.
Right.
You're like, God, the dude.
Oh, and then not to mention when he came back in 2014 or in
Oh,
20
Whenever.
2012, 2013 and did wrestling again, like won the championship and did 2 WrestleManias in a row. Like that was
3. He and John Cena had a
No, it was
series
2.
of 3. They were supposed to do 3.
Twice in a lifetime.
Oh, did they do it at SummerSlam? I know they had 3 matches.
He did the one, and then he did a whole thing with CM Punk over the summer.
Yeah.
Then he did Cena again, and handed off the belt. Went out on his back, just like you're supposed to.
So how about wrestling? Just a quick side thing. Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff taking over SmackDown and Raw.
I know. I'm
That's-
gonna
Is that
talk.
coming up?
No,
Is that now,
okay,
or
so
is that
they
back
are.
then?
This
No.
I think
So
they just released it today.
they're not
Really?
going to be on TV though.
They're
This
just
is
going
actually
to be
this
producing.
isn't kayfabe.
Wow.
They actually were hired. So Bischoff was hired for SmackDown because of his experience with network TV, and SmackDown's going to Fox this October. So they're going to use him with like his experience with like network TV, and then Heyman is a genius, so he's taking over Raw to do like, but it's not kayfabe, and it's not like they're not like TV personalities. They're just
so
going to be.
Is he not going to work next to Brock anymore? Is Brock
I think
going
he
back
still
to,
will.
Okay.
But they're not gonna do this thing where they come out on TV every week and then they're the bad guy, like the
Right.
authority thing. Like they're
That-
gonna be.
That was really solid when it was playing off Stone Cold. But
Right.
after a while, it was like, okay,
This
McMahon
is-
needs to take a step
right.
back. Plus, he's like a
This
thousand
is still
fucking years
them.
old now.
This is them for realsies doing it though. It's not kayfabe. It's
Nice.
like they are actually going to be taking over these programs.
And Fox, part of their deal is SmackDown needs to be different than Raw.
That's
need,
cool.
Yeah, so that's
You know, I was thinking when I cancel HBO, I was going to pick up the network because
I
don't
do
know.
the network.
Mara and I were sitting on YouTube the other day, and she loves watching stuff, and a wrestling video popped up on the sidebar, and I was like, "Oh, let's see if you like wrestling," and she was just like, "Boom!"
Real quick, and we can shout this out. We're at YouTube. Check out a channel called What Culture.
I've seen
WHAT.
that.
What Culture?
Yeah.
They talk all things wrestling, and they also do a lot of comic book and movies and stuff too.
Yeah.
But What Culture, they do breakdowns of like Raw and SmackDown, and
haven't
I
seen
actually
any of that.
watched.
I think I
I
watched
watched their shows. They do a lot of countdown too, like 10 best, 10 worst.
Yeah.
But then they have this show called like Ups and Downs, where every week this guy, his name's Simon Miller, he comes out and does ups and downs from Raw and SmackDown like the next day.
Nice.
Great shows. I watch literally. I won't even watch Monday Night Raw. I haven't watched a Raw episode in forever.
Right.
But I'll watch his breakdowns.
all
Because
right. I
they're.
totally got people distracted. Sorry.
It's right.
It's all right. We love wrestling.
I've
I
been.
never won't.
No, same here. And actually, I'll tap into you on that because Dusty Katzenberger, a friend of the channel, absolutely still wants to start a wrestling show, like a wrestling podcast, because we want to talk about AEW, too.
The thing that
The new thing.
Jericho just went to, right?
Yeah, Jericho just went there,
Yeah.
and Cody Rhodes
Cody
is
Rhodes
like
is in
the
charge of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
its own thing. Anyway, pretty cool.
So we're through one, John Goodman.
You got through
John
two.
Goodman.
John Goodman and The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock moved us into
Yeah.
that.
Love
Like,
it.
I mean, think about like the rundown was amazing.
Yeah.
Scorpion
Walking Tall.
King is
Walking
is
Tall
great.
is a
Walking
great
Tall
was
movie.
fantastic.
Fucking that movie.
And Neil
Johnny
McDonough,
Knoxville, some of his best work was in that
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Was that
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then
A
the
real
rundown,
serious
Sean
story.
William Scott.
Yeah.
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 God,
He
those are
plays
good
really
movies.
well off people.
Yeah.
He and Kevin Hart have good chemistry.
Yeah, and even that movie with Kevin Hart's good.
Yeah. Was it Central Intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock in Get Smart with Steve Carell.
I
Yeah.
was just thinking the same.
Love that
thing.
movie.
He was in.
Fantastic.
He was in the first thing he was in. I think.
Get Shorty.
Yeah.
Or,
Be Cool.
Be
Yeah.
Cool,
Second.
which is my one of my favorite John Travolta movies. Also, I did read Get Shorty and Be Cool. I read those books and love them.
Those were written by
Leonard Elmore.
Leonard Elmore or Elmore Leonard.
Elmore
Yeah.
Leonard, yeah.
He did Justified.
Yep.
All the
Yep.
Raylan Given stories.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There's,
got a lot of good
there's,
books.
Oh yeah.
Another book.
Another Raylan book?
Or,
It's a-
just
no,
called
it's a-
Raylan, I think.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that came out 2-3
Right
years ago.
before-
I thought he was also doing another like Get Shorty and Be Cool movie too, or book. But I could,
Is it Chili Palmer?
yeah. Love those movies though.
Yeah.
And the books are great too. The movies did justice though. I felt like they're
He wrote
great.
good westerns too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
He's well, I mean, yeah.
So anyway,
Next is
Girls are good, too.
Ben Foster.
Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah, that's an excellent pick. Ben
and I
Foster
feel
is a good
because he's
actor.
got like potential to continue. Like he's got a long career ahead of him.
His trajectory is only going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I'm excited about that. And then my last one was tough because, but I have to qualify his skills as an actor more than I. It's not that I don't like him, but he's not somebody that I think about all the time. It's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my, you fucking asshole.
Stole it.
That was going to be my hot take.
Oh.
Oh man, that's such a good choice.
He's
and
great,
The reason is
and he's only
I
gotten better.
know.
because he has. Yeah,
Fuck,
there's
he
been
is
an
so
evolution
good.
Yeah.
with him, and it's been really kind of interesting and fun to watch.
I'm in the
The
age.
Revenant.
I'm in the age. I'm in the most unique age in this room because I'm 34, and there was a time in my life where I absolutely hated Leo DiCaprio because of the stuff
Titanic.
that he was in. Titanic. That's like
I've
that's
never
like
seen
the
Titanic.
beach. The beach. Yeah, like.
Wasn't that a pot movie?
But then.
Wasn't it?
It was a weird psychedelic type.
But
Weren't they on an
then-
island full of pot?
But then he
I
was
never watched
in.
that
I
one.
don't
either.
know.
But then he was in Catch Me If You Can.
And The Departed.
Well, Catch Me If You Can started it though.
Yeah.
I mean that
That was
started.
his-
And
his-
the Aviator and
The Leo
for me-
Renaissance?
For me, the swing was Catch Me If You Can. I was like, well, I kind of like Leo a little bit.
yeah, it's good. This is actually.
You know who
good.
else has also had a similar trajectory? It would be, and he's not in my Rushmore, but I could put him in honorable mention because I will watch just about anything with him in it. That's Justin Timberlake. We've talked about him on the show.
Justin
He's so
Timberlake is
talented.
multi-talented.
He's a really good actor, and he's actually, because of his acting, I even have started listening to some of his music that he does, where I'm like, nah, this is fine.
It's not terrible.
The
No.
Lonely Island stuff he does is
It doesn't
is
hurt
just-
your
That's
ears.
good.
that Time movie that he did wasn't bad.
No,
Oh yeah, that was cool.
and he's an alpha dog.
Yeah.
And he's an alpha dog with the Bruce
With
Willis
Nick
crossover.
Castor. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Bruce Willis.
Emil
couple
Hirsch,
of my
Ben Foster.
honorable mentions. Denzel Washington.
He's on
I
mine.
just don't like all his work.
Right.
And I feel like he's hit a peak, and I don't know if he's gonna have his Paul Newman Twilight era where he's gonna start doing
Uh-huh.
other movies, I don't know, or if he's
Sure.
gonna have a Morgan Freeman type.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so he's one, and then
Before we do honorable mentions, should we just
Yeah,
go
Yeah,
let's
through
because
all that?
you took more than
Rushmores?
mine.
I'm sorry.
It's all
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
I got Denzel Washington
Okay.
Tell me why.
because he's Denzel Washington.
Man.
I mean, my
He's got a
favorite
whole-
my
he had-
favorite movie is Man on
Equalizer
Fire.
is good. Man
Yeah.
on Fire is
And
good.
Man
Equalizer
on Fire is
is amazing.
incredibly good.
Equalizer's
American
good.
Gangster. I mean, you can just be like, oh yeah, that was Denzel and that was awesome. What's the one? Training Day. Training Day is phenomenal.
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Yeah.
I also can't think of the name of the movie, but I know it is good. That's that basketball movie. Names his kid Jesus. Spike
yeah.
Lee. What's that movie?
Basketball Diaries.
No,
No.
that was Leo.
Yeah.
Oh
Can't think of
man,
it.
I can't remember. But yeah, that was a good one too. I can't think of anything that he's been in where I was just like, oh well, fuck Denzel now.
Flight.
Flight was
We talked
amazing.
about Flight earlier.
Let's see.
He has a whole section on the Stars app. If you open up the Stars app, if you have
There's a
Stars
Denzel.
subscription, it's like horror. Like he's got his own genre. He has there's a Denzel Washington genre on Stars.
What was that one where the
could
the
take
guy
it.
would touch people and the demon?
Oh,
would move-
Fallen.
Fallen.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
John
man.
Goodman's in that.
Yeah.
John Goodman's in that too. Okay, so Denzel, Bill Murray, because Bill Murray's
Bill
in
Murray's in mine,
Caddyshack.
too.
He's in.
Yeah.
The only thing he's in that I
just- I
didn't
didn't
really
pick him.
like
He has
was
only gotten better. Yeah.
The Life Aquatic. I
Lost
just
in Translation
didn't like
is a
that.
That's-
fantastic
well,
movie.
Well, that's not your fault. That's a shitty fucking Wes Anderson movie, and those are
and Willem
garbage
Dafoe's in
dumpster
it.
fire movies.
Yeah, I don't,
Sorry, Ward.
I'm just not a fan.
They're douche movies for douchebag hipsters.
See, well, we've talked
Hot
about
take.
this.
No.
My love
Popular.
for Wes Anderson movies has actually waned.
Sure.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
Well, that's because it's the same movie and over. I mean, you can watch a million of you.
Well,
Got
I
it.
watched.
I got it. It's kitschy.
What's
cool.
the one with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Tenenbaums.
Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums. That was one of my favorites
I like
for
that.
a long time.
And
And
I
it
like
was-
Rushmore.
But I
Rushmore
don't
is
know
actually
if.
good.
But I haven't rewatched. Like I said, I haven't rewatched a lot of those for a long time because I don't feel like you can. I watched them several times in my early 20s, but now it's like I got too much.
I
other
finally
shit to
realized I hated him when I watched. So Tenenbaums I'm okay with. I like Rushmore. I actually really like the Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Yeah.
the animated movie. That's a great movie. It was when I saw Life Aquatic's Garbage. It was actually during the movie that didn't even go to theaters. It's on like straight to Netflix, but it's the kid who's like in the Boy Scouts, and it has Edward Norton in it.
Yeah, it
And-
went to theaters.
Did it really?
Yeah.
One theater for a day?
No,
His home
had a
theater.
theatrical one.
Was it Wes Anderson's home theater?
It was one of the ones I didn't.
To be fair, his
watch.
home theater has 50 seats in it, so it does count.
Yeah, except for the seats are a toilet and a fucking whatever kitschy garbage he puts in his like a director's chair, a fucking lawn chair.
Is this for real?
No, because he's a hipster. Because he's a
that's
hipster
why
trash can.
I believe it.
50 different types of chair, a copy of the Iron Throne.
This
Thing over here,
Yeah.
like he's just they're all over.
One of them's a beanbag. God,
Number 3 is Kurt Russell.
I didn't know that movie went to theaters.
Russ.
Oh
There's-
man, that's such a good choice.
There's nothing.
God,
Even if I don't like the movie, I like to watch Kurt.
What
Russell.
movie don't
paid
you
your
like?
dues,
I can't
Jack?
think of one.
You're so right.
Huh?
But
Have you paid your dues, Jack?
and that's
yes,
what
yes,
did
sir,
it.
I
really.
have checks in the mail. It's my favorite movie of all time, actually.
There's
It
no
used
other
to be on
movie
TBS, and we watched
that
it
has-
every day.
that stands up as well, and my son loves it. I mean, he can quote it, and he's 11, and he's been able to quote it since he was like 2. Like, it's just one of those movies. And
Kurt Russell's worst movie is still better than most people's great movies. Kurt Russell's worst movie is Soldier,
It is
And it's
bad,
fantastic.
but it's still good.
but that's still a good movie.
yeah.
yeah. But I mean,
Did
Tango
you
and
watch
Cash.
the documentary about
and-
him playing baseball and his kids?
Absolutely,
battered
I
bastards
watched
of
that.
baseball. That's a
Dude, it's baseball,
lovely
baby.
doc.
His role in Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have 2 daughters. What are their names?
He's the only thing I liked about
Hateful Eight.
no, I liked Hateful Eight.
Okay.
It was just too long,
It is too long, yeah, but I still liked it. I like a western.
and the cast is.
He's the only thing I
untoppable.
liked about the Tarantino one. It's short. It's
Death
with-
Proof.
Oh, Death Proof.
Death Proof. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
like
was-
that very much, but I liked him.
Yeah, I liked his story.
All of those Grindhouse movies were, I think, intentionally bad. It's hard
Well-
to say if they thought they were doing
Well,
like
Planet. I actually really like
they were-
Planet
they were-
Terror.
hashtag
doing
homage, but
Planet Terror is great because it's supposed to be a bad movie. To me, what the fuck's it called?
Death Proof.
Death Proof is it's a very Tarantino movie. It's very dialogue driven. I don't think the characters are all that interesting. He focuses on feet way too much. It's a fucking weird Tarantino movie.
Yeah, he's got a real like Reservoir
Yeah.
Dogs scene.
It was
built
just
in
one of
for
very,
like-
females.
Yeah.
anywhere.
I was just like, whatever. I mean, I was rooting for Kurt Russell's murderous character in it.
God, I had
I was like,
another
God, I
Kurt
hope he
Russell
kills
movie
these next
in
girls
my
too.
head.
When
Oh,
he dies.
Tequila Sunrise. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Mel Gibson and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
She's on my
Michelle
female Rushmore.
Pfeiffer, best
And
Catwoman.
my last one
Wow.
is no longer alive, so this is one of those confident ones that'll always stay there. He'll always be there.
He can't go down in the eyes.
Robin Williams. You can't. I mean,
I can
the
get
Fisher
behind that. I
King.
can back that because
Yeah.
that's
oh, and that was Jeff Bridges, and he's an honorable mention. I mean,
Yeah.
God,
Rob
dude.
Bridges has done some bad stuff though.
he has.
R.I.P.D.
I thought that was fun. It was him and Ryan Reynolds, and
Yeah,
he was
but I-
just playing his weird ass Rooster Cogburn impression. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
It
that
showed-
True Grit movie is one of my favorite movies though.
yeah.
Oh, it's great.
And he just carried it over to a cleaner looking character. he
Yeah.
looked like he bathed on a regular basis.
He's Jeff Bridges, Obadiah Stane, and Iron Man 1. Love
Fabulous
that.
Baker boys.
One of the best villains. That
Man,
they
my
had.
favorite part's when he slowed down his voice and he's like, he points the gun at it's like when he first gets in the suit and they slow his voice down. It's like your services were no longer required. It's like, fuck, that's so cool. Plus, that suit was awesome.
Yeah.
Warmonger, man, it's so good.
Yeah.
Man, I like your Bridges choice.
Patrick
Bridges isn't on
Patrick
there.
O'Shaughnessy says, "Take that back. Soldier was awesome. Not a lot of talking, but awesome."
No, I do.
Well,
I do
everybody
love
loves
Soldier.
Soldier here.
I do love it.
It's just happens
fantastic
to be
movie.
Kurt
It-
Russell's
it's-
worst
one-
movie.
It's his worst movie, but that's still better than people's
Best movie.
best movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Kurt Russell.
It's one it was one of my first DVDs. Watched it several times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched that movie a lot. It was on. Used to be on Stars all the time. It's Stars.
Yeah.
Good movie. Love that movie. Also has Jason Lee in it. Not Jason.
Jason
Jason
Scott
Scott Lee, not Jason Lee from Mallrats. But
Not the Mallrats guy.
Jason Scott Lee, the dragon.
Nobody yell. Nobody yell. You can feel
You
him
know,
coming.
Earl. Earl's in it. My name is Earl was in it.
I heard that was good. I never watched
My name
it.
That's
is
a
Earl.
lovely
It
show.
is a
Good.
fantastic.
Great show.
Okay.
And if you like, and if you watch that and you decide you do really like it, then go watch Raising Hope because it's also
Yeah,
great.
it's
Oh,
like a-
yeah.
It's hilarious.
And it's got Mr. W in it. Raising
It's
Hope does.
underrated.
Garrett Dillahunt. Fantastic guy.
Oh, he's a good. He belongs close to the Rushmore. He just needs to do more work.
He doesn't have
He's
a whole
got
lot of
plenty of time.
movies.
Yeah. That's
He's
what I'm
got a
saying.
lot of TV though.
You want me to do mine?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Your new one, right?
This is my new one. So this one has gotten a lot of notoriety in the news lately on like social media and memes and shit, but I have always been a truthful person. Anybody who's watched any show I've been on will know that I am old school loving this actor because one of my top 10 favorite movies is not a good faithful adaptation of a comic book movie, but still a fantastic movie, and that's Constantine with Keanu Reeves. Love him. Always have. Even his romantic comedies, I still love him. He plays Keanu Reeves. John Wick has brought him back.
What romantic comedies was he in? Because I only remember him
Feeling
from, like,
Minnesota.
Rudy.
Yeah,
Was he in
Parenthood.
the one with Sandra Bullock?
yeah, Sandra
Yeah,
Bullock.
That one where they mail each other things
Yeah,
through time.
like
Late
romantic.
House.
Was that a comedy?
No,
though? That was
no,
like
but he's
a-
been in romantic comedies
Yeah,
though,
okay.
but they're bad. But even he was still fine in them. He's in that one with Diane Keaton where he plays like a doctor or something. I didn't even
He
see
is
it, but I
going
was like,
through a bit of what you'd call
Like a renaissance.
right now.
Keanu Sauce.
Yeah.
they're doing a new Bill and Ted. I'll absolutely watch it. I love Keanu. I also love that he's like this social media meme of being like the nicest guy on the planet, and
Where
I
he
can
doesn't
get
touch.
But
Yeah,
he really
he's-
is.
I can get
Something
behind that, and that's absolutely great. He's also funny enough. He's also in my very humblest of opinions, he's in two of the most god awful, fucking terrible pieces of shit movies ever made, and that's The Matrix 2 and 3. Fight Me.
Yep.
Those movies are horrendously terrible, and I hated them at the time. This isn't like me looking back and being like, those were not great movies that don't hold up well. I remember I saw
Here's
them
my
in
hot
theaters,
take. I
and
didn't care for Matrix 1 that much.
Oh, the
Yeah, but
first
I
one
love
was-
The
it was
Matrix 1.
revolutionary.
It was, but
and
I
the
think,
the third was called
I think
Revolution.
it was revolutionary because, in a lot of ways, because we were told it was.
No, the reason why it was revolutionary is because there's cable fighting and it looks fucking real and it's practical effects and it's awesome. And then the second movie is a bunch of computer animated Mr. Smiths and
I'm gonna
Keanu.
go out on a
It's
limb.
fucking terrible.
And say that part of the reason The Matrix was so successful was the advertising campaign. Nobody knew what it was until after it was released.
Sure.
What is The Matrix? That was it. And everybody was like, there were huge amounts of
That's
guessing.
true.
And the internet was young. And I actually think I went with my mom to see it because she got some free tickets from the radio station and she had a free afternoon. And she's like, hey, you want to go to the movies? I was like, yeah, let's go see The Matrix.
I mean, I went and saw The Matrix in theater. I remember, like, clearly I went and saw it, and I walked away, and it wasn't because I was told. I genuinely loved the movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, and maybe it wouldn't hold up as good, but I remember thinking the cable fighting was absolutely awesome. I've always been the type of person that's interested in making movies and how they do stuff. I loved the special effects, and I thought it was, like revolutionary for its time. And then I remember watching that second movie in theaters and I was like, they fucking computer animated that whole thing and you could tell, and it did not hold up and it did not look good. And don't tell me,
Digital Keanu Reeves' face.
do not tell me it looked fine for the time, because I remember watching that movie when it came out and walking out and going, That was terrible.
My Matrix experience was completely different. I really wasn't up on the marketing. I didn't go see it in the theater. I was house sitting for somebody, and I found a VHS that was a bootleg copy of The Matrix. So I watched it, and it was pretty shitty quality,
Sure.
but the movie blew my fucking mind because I had no idea what I was getting into.
I fell asleep watching it in the theater.
So the third, what you need to get a better one would be the song from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh,
You gotta get it
I'll
next.
get some Curb ones on here. I got lots of room.
So the funny thing about falling asleep, I don't remember which Matrix it is, but it's the one with the huge car chase that everybody said is the best part of the
Second
movie.
one.
It's the second one.
Yeah.
In the theater, I fell asleep during that scene. That was so long. I was like, I don't care about
Those
this.
ghosts were so lame, though, too.
I think 2 and 3 could have been a single movie,
Sure.
and they could have cut out whole batches of things, like
I watched.
like the kid that's like, Neo, one of the orphans gave you a spoon. That kid, and the overwritten fucking drill sergeant guy.
Sure.
Go knuckle up! Shut up, dude. Get off here.
I didn't even watch the third movie in theaters. I saw it when my friends bought it to watch it, and I remember when Trinity was dying. Spoiler alert! If you're an idiot, when Trinity is dying, I was eating really buttery popcorn, and I had like Rhea really bad. Oh yeah, exactly like that. I had to get up, run to the bathroom, and take a shit when Trinity.
No.
When Trinity is dying. It was literally like that. I ran to the bathroom and then came back out and she was still dying. And I was like, what the fuck? You got to be kidding me. Come on. End this movie. Anyway, Keanu. Oh,
Number one.
I didn't even talk. I talked those movies down. He's supposed to be in my Rushmore. I'll talk up Constantine, though. Is actually one of my favorite movies ever made.
Patrick O'Shaughnessy says Replacements, but I don't remember that being a good one.
Replacements.
Yeah.
Shit, that's an
That's a
awesome
football
movie.
Yeah. But
Is it
Constantine, Tilda Swinton, Peter
Dude,
Stormare is
Peter
fucking
Stormare is
Satan.
so good.
Oh, he just
Ruff
chews the
LaBeouf?
screen up.
And then the movie,
Yeah.
Peter
Stormare is
Stormare was
awesome.
amazing.
and the
in
movie's
everything.
not a faithful adaptation of the comic book in the
No.
aspect that he's Keanu and he's not a blonde British guy. Honestly, everything else fits in pretty well. But if you would have called that movie anything other than Constantine and just made a movie, that would have just been a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just I think the only thing people were like is like, oh, he's
Rachel
not.
Weisz is in it.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's such a good movie.
Yes. I
Special
agree.
effects are good. I saw it recently. It still holds up. Looks great. So Keanu. Number 2, I just want to get it out of the way real quick. I did keep one of my original Rushmores. I've realized I've come to affectionately tease him so much that I actually could never take him out of Rushmore. That's Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Still gonna keep him in there, because realistically, if he does a movie, I watch it. I just watched that Mandy movie,
Fucking crazy.
What is
and it
gonna
was
happen?
a terrible
Like,
movie.
That's there's the thing. I'm waiting for the day to come when Nicolas Cage has his comeback,
Oh, it'll happen.
where he's got.
I don't know.
It
He's
was
gotta
called
go
The
into
Wicker
hiding
Man?
for a few years.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
But I love that movie though. It's
I do
terrible,
too.
but I love the original movie
He's got to go into
more.
hiding.
Robin Hardy's
With,
movie.
Stop
Christopher
dyeing
Lee.
his
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show his age.
Yeah,
And play
sure.
an older play an older
Yeah,
version of
and he
himself.
would be fine. Actually, in that new movie, that one Mandy that just came out, he does kind of go with more Nicolas Cage natural hair. You could tell it's still not great. But it's not long, flowing, beautiful hair.
It's a pretty good impression.
Yeah.
But I've
his
taken
only-
years. I have a whole bit where it's like,
It's as good as Christian
Um,
Slater's Jack Nicholson
so
impression.
hold on here. I'm noticing in the show notes that there's nothing about my long flowing hair in it. Does this character have long flowing, beautiful, luxurious hair? I guess I can if you want, Nick. All right, I'll do it. Let's do next.
What was that one
You know what we
that
need to
William
do more
Fichtner
of
was in
is,
with him?
Not
Drive
Con Air,
Angry.
no.
Drive Angry.
Yeah.
Love that
Nicolas
movie.
Cage reads ad copy.
I do it. Yeah, those are fun.
They are. We'll do that next time when we come back next show.
Okay, so Nick Cage also but he has had a few good movies over the last few years, though. I mean, Kick-Ass was a great movie.
Yeah.
I went and watched Into the Spider-Verse in theaters, and he's Spider-Man Noir, and he was fantastic
I
in it.
watched that last night.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now.
know.
Netflix sent me a
I
thing.
can't
I
wait
was
to
like,
watch it again.
better fucking watch it. And it was
Anyway,
good.
oh yeah, he's hilarious as Spider-Man Noir. He takes
Sometimes
the
I'll
Rubik's
light a
Cube.
match
Yeah,
and let it burn all the way down just so
Yeah.
I can feel something. Like
it's so good, man. Yeah, the movie's also just a great movie, so you
It's
gotta
good,
watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they really took advantage of it being animated too. Like they didn't try and make it look real. They made it look like
it's
a
a
comic
cartoon.
book movie,
It's awesome,
and it's
yeah.
fantastic.
The other one is probably my comedic actor, obviously, but he's had a bit of a resurgence in my heart. I've just kind of come to recently remember how much I love him, and that'd be Jack Black. I've realized I've watched every single Jack Black movie that's come out, and I love all of them.
Or we could take off our pants and start the revolution.
Yeah.
Orange
Was
County.
that OC?
Oh, yeah.
Orange County?
Yeah.
Orange County's a good movie.
yeah, it is a good
Underappreciated.
Even
But Colin Hanks is a really good actor
Yes,
too.
he is.
He has
He is.
a good
He didn't
career.
really have a choice.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
The one thing I feel bad about for Colin Hanks is he kind of has to. He kind of was stuck in the shadow of his dad for a long time.
Yeah,
But he's kind of forged his own path.
I would say
There's a good honorable mention.
He's
Tom
got-
Hanks.
Tom Hanks is a good
He's
honorable
got
mention.
a good television career too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's done
Yeah.
some good. That show he did with Bradley Whitford.
Oh, that's a shame that show didn't
That
go
was a
further.
good show.
I love him.
And
I love Bradley
Whitford's
Whitford.
A great.
You might
actor.
turn me down a little bit. I'm peaking a little bit, I think.
Sorry.
I'm just not
You
noticing.
just talk loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Just tuck it back in. You'll be-
All right.
Number 4.
Number 4. In no particular order on these ones too. But Jack Black though. Also, I watched Year One the other day, and that's like probably one of his least good ones, and it's still hilarious. That's a great movie.
That's with the.
Michael.
Michael Cera and
Yeah.
him. It's hilarious though. Love Jack Black. Also, he's such a great character. Like in general, like a human.
Tropic Thunder.
Follow him on social media. Hilarious. Love him. He's actually one of those actors too that my friend, he's actually watching the show, who's like more of a right winger, and still like Jack Black gave his Star on the Boulevard speech, and like at the very end of it, he was like, and Donald Trump's a piece of shit. All right, everybody, like have a good night. And like in my friend who was like, he didn't even give a shit. He just was like, yeah, fucking Jack Black, I love him. So I was like, gee, who cares?
And who does like
So anyway, Keanu, Nick Cage, Jack Black. Last one also has fucking terrible romantic comedy movies, but had a bit of a renaissance, and now we all love him. But Matthew McConaughey.
I knew that was
all
where you
right,
were
all
going.
right, all right.
I
It's
knew
the best
that
thing
was
about
where
high
you were
school
going.
girls.
Yep.
They never get any older, man.
I love him. Love Matthew McConaughey though. When we were on our honeymoon, before we went and did anything one morning, Ed TV was on
That's a
with
good movie.
with Ellen DeGeneres and
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Oh, okay. So
Woody Harrelson as well.
Woody's fantastic. You even
underneath
wrote him down.
Matthew McConaughey, I had a hard choice between Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
So
I completely neglected
Woody
him.
Harrelson is one of those
he
actors.
is-
Also in True Crime Together.
He is
True Detective.
unstoppable.
True Detective, yeah.
I might
People
have
versus
to bump
Larry
one
Flint.
of mine for Woody because he's one of my.
To go from stuff like Cheers to Natural Born Killers, that was probably the best role he ever took in his entire career to totally change what people
to
expected
show
of
that he
him.
wasn't that dumb.
Yeah,
Like
True Detectives is a really good role he has had.
but that's recent.
Cowboy Way.
Cowboy Way.
White Man Can't Jump.
yeah.
Good movie.
That he put up with so
But
much
I
shit
watched-
from Rosie Perez.
yeah, I was gonna say,
like
I only watch White Men Can't Jump for Rosie Perez.
Don't be stupid. You're good at it. Woody Harrelson, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the only thing I liked about the
I
Hunger
think I
Games
might
movies.
have to. I mean, I like Ben Foster, but I think Woody's got a little bit.
Ben
of
He's got a better
Faster,
resume.
yeah, just doesn't have the time spent.
Yeah.
What about Woody Harrelson too? I love like Zombieland.
yeah.
He's great.
Speaking
comedic.
of
He's great in
Zombieland,
everything now.
speaking of Zombieland, which they're doing a sequel.
I don't think he makes
Thank
bad
God.
choices.
No, he doesn't make bad choices.
No, his worst choice would probably be that Venom movie that just came out because he's in it in the last like minute
As Cletus
as
Cassidy.
Cletus Cassidy. but that movie actually made a killing at the box office, and they're still going ahead
They're
with the
gonna make another
sequel,
one.
and so he's still going to be Carnage in that next movie. So guess what? Still going to watch it.
I think Tom
Fuck yeah.
Hardy only takes roles where he can do some stupid voice.
I like Tom
Or
Hardy
not
too.
talk.
Yeah.
Like, but every time you see him,
Yeah.
he's got a different weird ass
Yeah.
accent. Like that's the worst New York accent I've ever heard.
Sure.
It's like bar none. It was
But
just
he was
terrible.
good in that movie, though, in Venom.
Oh, was he? I haven't
Venom.
seen it yet.
The
I'm waiting for it to
movie's
the
come
third
out.
bad,
act
but-
was just it was they're fighting in the forest and then that's it. Okay,
The movie's bad, but
I like Tom Hardy's
I like
interaction with Venom. I like
the effort that he puts in.
yeah.
You could tell he put a lot into the Venom character, and I like that.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Also, I am excited to see Tom Hardy when they finally cross over with Peter, with Tom Holland. I can't wait to see like young Tom Holland with like Tom Hardy.
yeah.
That's gonna be fun. I mean, I loved
I don't
Spider-Man.
know, Mr. Hardy.
I mean, I loved the Spider-Man Homecoming. How his villain is Michael Keaton, who also is an honorable mention, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
God damn
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Birdman.
I can't think of anything I don't like him in. Pacific Heights was amazing.
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity is one of the best movies
She
ever
touched my
made.
peppy, Steve.
It's, I
She
watched
touched my
that.
peppy.
I'm overdue to watch that.
So, did she tell
That's
you
one
anything
I
else?
love watching.
Maybe.
My son and I were talking about clones one time,
She
and
touched my
I
peppy
was
too.
like, "Oh, you need to see this," because he was talking about Gravity Falls, and there's
Good
a
show.
copy of the main character who is called Paper Jam, and he's like the fourth copy of Michael Keaton in Multiplicity. And I was like, you have to see this. I'm sure this is what this is based on. And he watched the introduction of that guy, and he's just like, oh my God, he put the pizza in his wallet. And I was like, yep.
Dude, when he hammers the skis to those boots, those boards to the boots, like, that's my favorite part.
We're going skiing.
I bet that was a
Steve,
fun
Steve.
movie to make.
I bet.
Rest
That's
in
a good
peace, Harold
movie.
Ramis. That
Yeah.
was beautiful work.
Also, who was in the OC?
Yeah.
Also, who was in a lot of the other movies we've mentioned
Yeah.
today. Here. Year One.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he direct that?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Not the best thing to go out on.
Year
No.
One's good, though. It is funny.
Groundhog
Yeah,
Day.
but man,
Groundhog Day was amazing.
Groundhog
Dude,
Day, Multiplicity. and
Oliver
then
Platt
and then
in Year One.
Oliver Platt's another good one.
Yeah.
Boy, his head is huge.
Fucking Lake Placid is a fantastic.
That's a great
We
movie.
come
Bill
back to
Pullman.
Lake Placid a lot.
Quite a bit.
It's because it's a good movie. It's a good movie, though.
Yeah.
It's the alligator show,
Brendan
right?
Gleeson,
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
great actor.
Ray Winstone.
Ray Winstone. Wow. Yeah.
I'd say.
He's in a lot of Ian McShane movies.
Yes.
There's
So I
another
have-
dude.
Oh, so actually, Ian McShane was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
But you really don't
Sexy
see
Beast and
anything
44
from
Inches.
him as a
catalog
young
is so
guy.
thin.
No.
Well,
He-
he was in a
he was in
TV
TV
series
series.
called
Oh, okay.
Lovejoy.
So
Okay.
he was a
It's
detective
British show.
slash
It's-
antique dealer or
it's-
something.
It's good,
But yeah, he
but it's dated for sure.
like 10, 11 years that went.
It's kind of like a MacGyver type
Okay.
show.
A British MacGyver.
Yeah,
Only it's Al Swearingen.
yeah, and they say shit because it's British.
Yeah.
Good.
Bollocks.
All the time.
Bollocks. Cocksucker. They threw that in there, though. Don't worry.
They tossed it in.
Don't worry.
Right in
Also,
the change
also
bowl.
they threw tossed it in, too, I'm sure, because it's English.
I tossed it
Two
off.
white cocksuckers killed him and stole the dope that he
Oh,
was
okay.
bringing to you. White cocksucker!
Sorry, Tony.
You're also playing this.
The dope that you were gonna fucking sell to me?
Oh, you got the
White
whole
cocksucker.
thing, like 10
And
minutes
these
of it?
two white
Yeah, you-
cocksuckers,
Thank
who
God.
the fuck
You don't
That's
make
not
it
a
sound-
drop in,
Who, you
Ward. That's a
dirty fucking
scene.
chink? Who?
I'm going to
Who?
take control of that board next time.
It's too much.
Stole the fucking dope?
The
How do you
whole
stop that in the
thing.
middle of it?
Sucker!
Are the first cocksuckers
Glad I
I've
taught you
ever
that
heard
fucking
shout.
word. These are
Oh, now they're
white
playing
men.
over
they're
each
playing
other.
over each other.
White.
You got Johnny Burns. You got... That's too much.
Was amateur hour.
All right, my Rushmore. My
Can I-
Rushmore.
Rick- Can I
It's
throw
Rick's
in-
Rushmore.
Let's talk honorable mentions, though, because Timothy Oliphant would
We
be
were
in
going to do
mine.
honorable mentions at the end
Yeah, because you got to see what mine
because
are.
we got to get his.
Oh, that's
teased
right.
that
Okay.
we
teased a
did
couple.
Wards and
I'm
Wards.
sorry
That's
if I,
why
did-
mine.
I'm
We
sorry
gotta
if I
get
stepped on
That's
Tim
okay.
Tim Oliphant.
He's
Is he anything
he's
bad,
going to
though?
get there. No, he's never been anything bad.
His
The Girl
worst
Next
movie
Door,
is-
he's
His
fucking
worst
phenomenal.
movie is Hitman. That's still a fine movie.
Yeah. I even watched that once.
This is the only comic book movie that's worth a shit.
Video
Or
game.
video
Video
game
game
movie. That's
movie.
what I meant.
He's an enjoyable villain in the Die Hard
Rampage.
movie.
Rampage.
Okay,
That's a
go
video
ahead.
game movie.
Well, already been
is
said,
good,
Bill
too.
Murray, but you can't go wrong with Bill Murray.
No, that's true.
The one that I know the critics would totally go with, and I believe he's the GOAT, Daniel Day-Lewis. I watch anything he is in. Everything he's in,
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood.
God, There Will
My
Be Blood
Left-
so good. I drink your milkshake. Drink it up.
And he's one that you could actually collect his entire catalog and not go.
Because he's
Broke.
been in so few movies, but
He's
he's
But he delivers every time.
picky.
yeah.
Like My Left Foot, Last of the
Lincoln.
Mohicans, Lincoln,
I gotta write some stuff down before I don't
There
want
Will
to
Be
forget
Blood.
anybody.
Gangs of New York.
Gangs in New York. Those are the 5.
There's one called The Unbearable Lightness of Being, and I'm positive you guys have never watched it. It's about the Soviets taking over Czechoslovakia in whenever it was, like the 60s or something. Or the 50s. Maybe it was the 50s. He's a dentist, and he's a womanizer, and I had it on my Netflix queue for the longest time, and then I ate some mushrooms, and I wasn't feeling anything, so I started it. Well, partway through, when the Soviets come, the movie changed to black and white, and it totally wrecked my shit. Oh, my God. Let me tell you, I was... well, who else is in it? Binochet. Is it Juliette Binochet?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in
Binochet.
Chocolat, and yeah, she's in it. I'm pretty sure you can see her boobs. She's young. She looks pretty fine. So yeah, I think he belongs on there because he really is the GOAT. And who's going to win as many Academy Awards as he has?
That's true. Another one. Go finish your list. Finish your list.
Clint Eastwood.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Pale
That is
Rider.
a long and then if you take in his
Dollars.
entire catalog
Yeah.
of stuff into him being a director, $1 Million Baby
Gran
is
Torino.
a fantastic movie. Oh, I love $1 Million Baby. But Morgan Freeman's in it too.
Yeah.
And then Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. Sammy J. Good.
He's collected some serious bank, but he, like Chris and I
God.
were talking, he doesn't turn anything down. So
he works.
Yeah.
He just,
yeah.
He
like,
and Christopher
the
Walken.
first movie that I saw him pop up in was it
Big Runner Up?
Goodfellas or Casino?
He's in Goodfellas. He's the truck driver. that
Oh
gets
yeah.
killed.
They shoot him on the bed.
They shoot
Yeah.
him in the bed.
Dude,
in his
he's in
underwear.
Coming
That's-
to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he had
Yeah.
these little small bit parts, and
The
then
Long
all of a
Kiss
sudden,
Goodnight?
He
he
got
just blew up. With,
Tarantino movies.
Well, Tarantino, and then about the same time he did the Tarantino movie, he did the Die Hard with a Vengeance
Oh yeah.
with Bruce Willis. And that
Well,
was,
and he's in The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis, which is actually a really good Gina
I
Davis.
really
I would
enjoy
say
that.
I
I
would
love
say
that movie.
the one
Yeah.
that put
Dude,
him
when
on the
she
map
gets
though was
blonde.
Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
and then
I think
and
the
then it just,
dialogue
like,
really
was a catalyst
played to his
for him.
strengths.
Yeah.
And
Loud and saying motherfucker.
well, and, I don't know. Like it
I just
really
said-
focused
I
on,
don't know.
it-
one
the
more
level of presence that he has when he wants to. I mean, you can look at some of the other stuff that he's in, and he doesn't have as much, and you're like, wow, he really can
Turn it
turn it
down.
off. And there's some people that can't. Like The Rock can't turn down. He's
No, he's
always
just
up
oozing
here
charisma,
somewhere.
yeah.
And I don't know. Samuel Jackson's
No.
a whole lot better actor than
Not true.
some
The
people.
Rock can turn down. If you watch Ballers, he has some
Yeah.
I
serious.
really want to watch
He
it.
has some
Ballers
serious
is-
parts in
He's
it.
still The Rock, though.
Watch
like
Ballers before you cancel HBO.
I've seen it.
Okay.
He has some parts where he can turn down and be dramatic, and the stuff where he's dealing with the pill addictions and the stuff there. That's not The Rock. That's that character. I
Yeah.
feel like he did really good on those parts. Where when he's dealing with the head trauma and he thinks he might have like CTE and he's kind of dealing with that, and he has the hip pain. He deals with the pill addiction. I don't know. I really like that stuff. I feel like that stuff was like it was different for him. It was
Right.
nothing I'd ever seen him do. I don't know. So I think he can.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He's The Rock.
What the Star Wars prequels were really missing was Sammy J saying "Feel the Force, motherfucker" or something
man,
like
that
that.
would've
Yeah,
been
it'd
good.
been. I just want a whole Star Wars movie that's nothing.
Sammy
but
J's a
Samuel
good
Jackson.
call. You're right.
Tarantino's doing a Star Trek movie.
and it's gonna be rated R.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Is he doing it? Is it going to be with like this new cast, like the who it's been, like Chris Pine?
I
No,
think it'll be
it'll
an
be-
entirely
it'll
new
be-
I think
cast.
it's a
It'll.
new.
I don't think
I
they'll
think it's
give
a
him any
departure
of
from
the classic characters. I think it'll be
Oh,
This is
Standalone, yeah.
Tarantino's crew.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of. I mean, because I've kind of liked.
Motherfuckers in space.
Because I've kind of liked that crew. I kind of wish they would do at least one more with them, but
They
Yeah,
were
one of
going
them got
to, but
crushed by a car.
they all decided they
Yeah.
didn't want to do it anymore.
that's too bad.
And Anthony Yelchin had a career ahead of him too.
Oh, he was
Again,
good.
Alpha Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, and Odd Thomas. Did
Yeah,
you see that?
Odd
That was
Thomas
a good
was
flick.
really good.
That one with he and Robert Downey Jr., who also is
RDJ's a definite.
Oh yeah,
He's
the
a
one where
runner-up.
he's dealing
a
out
Charlie-
meds. Charlie.
something.
Yeah.
he's a.
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah. He's a. RDJ is definitely in the
He's in a runner-up.
Honorable mention for sure.
Yeah.
But he still
Guy
has
Pearce.
getting all. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Fucking Memento. It's one of my favorite all-time
that's such a
favorite
good
movies.
movie. But he's
Count
in
of
some-
Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Richard
Yeah,
Harris.
he's
is in
done
that.
some turds. That's
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Name one he's bad in.
There isn't.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders is so good. Oh my god. 28 Days Later is probably my favorite zombie movie ever made.
I don't know. Zombieland's
speaking of,
pretty good.
Speaking of people that didn't live up to their hype potential, Josh Hartnett.
Did he have a lot?
Yeah,
of
what
hype?
really happened to him? He was kind of a heartthrob. They really tried to push him over in Pearl Harbor, but Pearl Harbor just wasn't that good.
Did you see Lucky Number 11? He's
That
fantastic.
movie's amazing.
Yeah,
It is a really good
everything
movie.
about that movie.
Also,
great.
he's in.
Sin City.
He's in the best female. I mean, I love Sin City. I actually do love
And he's
that movie.
great in
He's
Sin
in the
City.
best. He's the best part of that movie, and it ends, and you're like,
and he just bookends it.
but he was. It was like 1 minute.
And the Victorian monsters. He plays the werewolf. Josh Hartnett does.
Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
What a great show.
Also,
Yeah.
he's in. It's a romantic comedy though, but it's actually good. But it's like that 40 days and
30 Days a Night. Oh, yeah.
No, 40 days to 40 nights or
Yeah.
whatever. Where he's
where he's a
gives
Catholic
up,
kid. He gives up sex for
gives
Lent.
up sex
Yeah.
and like everything for Lent.
That's super easy.
That's a good movie.
What a stupid show.
But then 30
Like,
Days
the
a Night
premise
was
is
really
terrible.
good. And Josh Hartnett was in
Super
that as
easy to
well.
give up sex for 40 days as a
He gives
guy.
up sex and masturbation.
That would probably be hard.
40 days. It's a long time. All right, you monk.
or I was deployed a couple of times.
That's worse. That makes it worse.
It's hard to jerk off when you're covered in sand.
It is.
Use the sand, obviously.
Use the sand. The sand can be your lube.
You turn
It's
in this.
rough and it gets
We've heard-
everywhere.
We've heard of Naugahyde pussy,
All right,
but have you
all right,
heard of
Anakin.
Naugahyde penis?
I hate the sand. It's coarse and gets everywhere.
There's a dude who was not done any favors by the original or the prequel trilogy.
Well,
He's
in
not
the-
a bad actor.
He's in that movie with Kevin Kline, Glass House or something like that. It's really good. Sadly. Okay. Honorable mentions?
Yeah. I mean, I've tossed a few out.
Well, I wrote down a few that I didn't want to forget. James Spader.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's got some that aren't great though.
He does have some garbage.
Speaking of,
Which?
Now I can't think of one.
Wolf.
I mean, it's
Wolf.
Age of Ultron's one of the lower.
Dude,
Tier.
he's the only part that makes the movie good.
Yeah.
Isn't he in
That's
some
not
of
his fault.
No, but it's a movie he's in.
Those mid-90s kind of
Okay, first off,
Like
And
silk
Skinemax.
stockings.
The
Type.
second-
First
Isn't he in
off,
some of that,
I
movies
don't-
like that.
I
Sex
don't-
Lies and Videotape. He's got some bad shit.
I don't dislike Age of Ultron for one thing because of James Spader. So I
His
can't give
delivery
you that.
is really good.
Also, he's in Boston Legal, which is one of the best shows ever made.
I've heard that. I haven't watched that.
It's
Very good.
Good writing. Good. I think the same creators that The Good Fight and The Good Wife are also from the creators of Boston Legal. I didn't watch The Good Wife, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah,
And so is
I wouldn't watch it just because it's not my kind of show, but
Well,
I'm sure it's
yeah.
fine. Also, he's in season 8 of The Office, and a lot of people quit watching it after
I am the
Steve
Lizard
Carell
King.
left. But actually, I loved James Spader in season 8, and I wish he would have ended the series.
I wanted nothing but James Spader because it was
He was
when he has
hilarious in it.
that party and
Oh,
starts
yeah.
passing out the wine, it just gets weird.
You don't even know my name. I'm the fucking Lizard King. God, he's so good. And then along those same lines, this is a good one to tag onto that. Steve Carell. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a great dramatic actor too. we've seen him now. He played like DuPont in the Foxcatcher movie.
Yeah.
Little Miss Sunshine. He
Little
played
Miss
the
Sunshine.
suicidal uncle.
Crazy Stupid Love was a good movie.
It's a good movie. So
Date Night was fantastic.
Date Night's funny.
It's just one of those movies where you're like, yep, that's
Get
really good.
Smart.
Get Smart had just a perfect cast though for what it was, and trying to rehash something from the '60s. It did a really
great.
good job.
So and Bill Murray's in that.
Yep.
Steve Carell though.
Yep.
He's one of mine.
Easy
Honorable mention. Paul Rudd, also in
Yeah.
Dinner for Schmucks with Steve Carell, which
I
is
like
a great
that.
movie.
I watched that the other day.
So did I.
Good flick.
So did I. Just recently.
Yeah. Zach
love-
Galifianakis is
Zach
in that.
Galifianakis.
And he's another one
and,
that you just like.
what's his name? Jermaine. He's one of the Flight of the Conchords guys. He's the one that is the artist who puts himself in all of his art in Dinner for Schmucks.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't know Flight of the Conchords, but.
But anyway, he's in Dinner for Schmucks, so great. So Paul Rudd though,
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
the only movie I didn't watch because I couldn't do it because Leslie Mann, and that's that. This is 40. I'm not gonna watch a movie starring Leslie Mann because I'm not a masochist.
Oh, speaking of Leslie Mann, she was in a great Bruce Willis movie, Last Man Standing, which was a remake of a Clint Eastwood movie.
Also, Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Yeah, Christopher Walken
and stellar performances from
with that
all involved.
voice box problem because he got shanked.
Yeah. Last Man Standing is actually one of the very first Bruce Willis movies that I saw.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I'll watch anytime it's on.
My sister's dad had it on VHS, and I watched it, and I was like, dude, this dude's like Bruce Willis was sold. Then I saw Die Hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Mel Gibson would be one of my honorable mentions. Speaking of, just because of the Lethal Weapon movies, if nothing else.
had him on the list.
Did you?
Yeah. John Malkovich.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in some turds.
Anthony
but-
Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yep. And then on the last
He
one I
was on
have
mine.
written down here though is Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Hopkins made your full list?
Yeah.
Oh.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
He chooses his roles well.
He does. He's in that.
Did you see that Bigfoot one?
No.
Oh.
Animated?
No, I'll find it. I'll find the trailer.
Boardwalk Empire is great. It. Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
He really hasn't done any turds. He's a great.
I don't know. He's been in some
character actor
Sandler
supporting.
movies.
Hard to
But
forget.
does that really discount somebody?
That's not his fault.
No.
That's not anybody's fault.
That's a paycheck, and he's having fun.
Yeah. Well, and Adam Sandler, I think, has gone on record saying that most of his movies are just so he can have fun. And
He calls them
he's
movies.
way better as
Yeah.
a supporting character than the main character.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Adam Sandler,
Airheads.
I actually just watched Murder Mystery. I was not going to watch it because it's an Adam Sandler movie, but it's on Netflix, and
it has Jennifer Aniston in it.
I watched Murder Mystery. I am not kidding about this. It's actually pretty okay.
I believe it.
It's actually it's
It's
funny.
pretty okay.
I
but
made
it's
it
pretty
about
okay.
40 minutes, and then I
It's-
fell asleep.
It's a Netflix Adam Sandler movie.
Well, no, it's not because
It's
there's
one of the
not,
better ones.
There's no blatant racism in it though, so they left that out. So it's
Which
not
one
a
had
net,
blatant racism. I didn't watch the
that fucking
ridiculous
Western one.
sixth one.
Yeah, that one.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
one.
that has blatant racism in
Oh,
it.
really?
Well, for one thing, is Rob Schneider playing yet another race,
Jesus Christ.
and Rob
Is he
Schneider
Mexican?
The
does
man
it.
of a million faces.
The man of a million racist fucking roles in movies. Anyway, this one though doesn't. In general, Murder Mystery doesn't have a bunch of like just weird side characters where they're like just him versions of Adam Sandler being like, hey, Woody. Like it's actually like he's fine in it.
That shit was great when I was in junior high.
Well, yeah, but you're
Billy Madison was one of
But
the
I'm not
best movies
13,
when I was
though.
13.
You got
Happy
a picture
Gilmore
of the
holds
movie?
up.
yeah.
Happy Gilmore holds up.
Murder Mystery's okay. Though I mean that's all I'm saying is
It's not terrible.
if you have an hour and a half to kill, watch it. It's fine. It's funny enough.
It only took 40 minutes to put me to sleep. It was fantastic.
The
I
stuff
fell
with the
asleep watching
Here's
it.
the
here's
stuff
your
with the
Oscar.
the stuff with the knife. I mean, like that was funny. Like, here's the murder weapon, and he's like, "Do you want me to put it back?" And he's like, "Don't do that." Like, just plunges it back into his chest. I mean, it's just stupid, but it's...
I wasn't awake at that point.
So the movie with Michael Shannon is called Pottersville.
Okay.
Hey, Park, you mind doing me a favor? Would you mind closing up tonight, running to the bank? I just want to surprise Connie, you know?
They're furries.
Connie, what's going on?
I think we need to take some time apart and think about what we really want.
Yeah. What does he really want? He wants to go hunt Bigfoot.
That's gonna be Bigfoot.
I'm here with the local townsfolk who claim to have
Oh,
witnessed
Judy
what
Greer.
they're
I
calling
love her. She's
Well,
great.
Yeah.
a Bigfoot
Cheryl.
sighting.
Carol. Archer.
Oh yeah.
And then we realized
Trixie the
Charlene.
Whore.
saw it. And we were like, huh.
Californication. Fantastic.
David Duchovny.
Yeah, definite honorable mention.
Get it while we still have a Bigfoot.
And then why will we still have a Bigfoot?
Because Bart.
Rick
about him?
Evolution.
You didn't hear?
Yeah.
They're putting him on Monster Finder.
Evolution is one of my favorites.
Mazel tov, it's a boy.
Despite the peril, we could use your help.
Oh, Thomas Lennon. I love him. Tom Lennon.
Ron Perlman. Oh, wow. Two of...
And Ian McShane.
I watched this.
Yep.
The music's confusing. Sorry.
It's fun.
Weird.
How did I miss that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never even heard
That
of it.
was
Have
under
you
the
seen
radar?
Michael Shannon in another comedic movie? So the movie is comedic, but he is not comedic in the movie. But the movie's hilarious, and that's Let's Go to Prison with Dax Shepard and Will Arnett. And that movie is actually fucking hilarious.
I was gonna say that's a great cast.
And
I don't know. Will
did you
Arnett's
see it?
kind of hard to stomach.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I love Will Arnett.
I do love him too.
But in Let's Go to Prison, oh my god, it's so funny. But Michael Shannon plays like this like prison like neo-Nazi prisoner who's like scary, and then
Like this dude.
he's like a catalyst in the movie. But did you see Let's Go to Prison?
No,
it's oh my god, it's
This guy's
hilarious.
I'd never
right
even
to
heard of it.
carry. What is this going on with it?
it's a commercial for.
Look up a
concealed
preview
carry.
for Let's Go to Prison.
Okay. I want to watch the.
It's an Odenkirk movie though. Let's Go to Prison is. It's an Odenkirk movie.
Oh, well, that would make it worth watching.
Totally.
Yeah.
That dude is fantastic,
Did
too.
you see Solomon Brothers with Will Arnett and Will Forte?
No.
Yeah.
It's like the same like makers of that.
Ah.
This movie, I don't know. This movie was hilarious.
Why is the trailer 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Because it's a good one.
The three scariest words in the English language. Trial by jury.
I'm just proud to be a part of the American judicial system.
Before my daddy died, he taught me one thing. See, the thumb goes away, comes back.
Juries are made up of 12 people who are so dumb they couldn't even think up an excuse to get out of jury duty.
We found a defendant, Nelson Biederman, Quilty.
You mean guilty?
Oh, yeah. Well, it kind of looked like it was a cue.
Let's face it, our justice system sucks. My name's John Lashitsky. If I had a nickel for every time I've been incarcerated, I'd have 15 cents. It all started when I was 8 years old. I stole the Publishers Clearinghouse prize patrol.
Is that Robert Blake?
$1 million inside. Caught me when I tried to cash the giant check.
Guilty.
Is this movie that old? Because didn't he go to jail for a while?
Trust me, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. The joint's a scary place. So you better make friends fast. We should be cellmates. I'll even give you the top bunk.
Thanks.
Hey, John, welcome back. Who's the new guy?
Nelson Biederman IV.
Hi.
Haven't you seen any prison movies?
From the studio that brought you Brokeback Mountain.
G. McBride.
To be wooed. Would you like some Merlot? I make it in the toilet. Comes a penetrating look. I ain't gonna lie to you. At our penal system. This here next part gonna feel like somebody parking a Greyhound bus.
This Thanksgiving,
What's on the menu today?
come for dinner
That's meat. That ain't meat.
and stay for life. Because when it comes to random acts of violence,
I killed my old man.
You didn't kill him with kindness, did you?
With a hammer.
Like the Beatles song.
sexy undergarments
What's with the robe, John?
Well, if you want to keep getting the catalog, you got to order something every now and again.
and indecent proposals,
$15 for a lap dance.
there's no place like prison.
People are betting on when I'm gonna be killed?
That's awesome. Hey, how much does brain damage pay?
Let's go to prison.
Yeah, it's funny. It's good. Check it out.
I've watched it.
I'm looking for
You seen Let's Go to Prison?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, I really liked it.
It's all right. I'm just fucking with you. I'm doing that thing.
I thought it was funny.
No, it's actually pretty good. One of the movies that I didn't like initially when I watched it was, speaking of movies that, what is it called?
Grow on you?
No, it was Luke Wilson and Dax Shepard are in it. It's Idiocracy.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first, but it's
Really?
like it became largely prophetic about.
Yeah,
It's
10
Mike
years
Judge,
ago.
isn't it?
Yeah.
How could you
loved
not
it.
like
I
it from
loved
the
it.
beginning?
I don't know. Well, it wasn't that I didn't like it. I just thought it was like a little bit over the top. But then as
I
like
mean,
time progressed, I was
the
like,
point,
well,
yeah.
I think he's
Go away, I'm
he might
baiting.
be he might have gotten this.
He smashed through my walls during all my balls, and that's not cool. And I love fucking Justin Long and his cameo in it. He's like, basically, he's a doctor. He's like, basically, your shit's all tarted and you talk like a fag.
It's been a while since I've seen it. But, yeah.
Justin Long is like, that part is hilarious.
He's great in bit parts. Zach and Miri
Zach and Miri
make a porno. Yeah.
Brandon St. Randy. He's fantastic.
Amanda, Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, but it's more like Glenn Swallows.
Glenn and Gary.
He's getting
Glenn
that.
Swallows, Gary's
He's good in Tusk.
thick hard cockers.
Tusk.
I didn't watch Tusk.
I like that movie.
That's weird, but it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That
Didn't see
Michael
it.
Parks' last movie.
Didn't see it.
That's a weird movie, though.
It is. It's Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
Well,
we've talked about it. It's
Kevin
We
Smith
have, yeah.
made it.
based
but-
on.
It's based on a podcast they did
On a
where they were
podcast
talking
where I
about
read
they were
that.
talking about
Some sort of
Human
blog
Centipede.
thing,
They're
yeah.
talking about Human Centipede, and they're like, we can make that.
Yes, feed
Basically.
her. Feed her.
They're talking about Human Centipede and how they're like they could make that, and then they do this. Then they on this podcast they do this whole plot
They
about
just
like
Brainstorm it
making
right there.
their own movie, and then lo and behold, they make Tusk.
It was loosely based on a magazine article too, I think.
Yeah.
Some sort of like a WAN ad that they were reading.
Yeah.
It was weird.
There's a weird movie called Creep that's on Netflix. That's starring. Look it up. Look up Creep. It's kind of like it's like a WAN ad where this dude like, oh my god, it's so weird. But it's the dude from The League.
Which dude from the league?
The main dude from The League.
Sergey.
Yeah.
There's another one I haven't seen.
The
Mark.
There's so much stuff to watch out there.
You haven't watched the league?
No.
Oh.
You've been telling me for probably 3 years.
Yeah.
To watch the league.
That's
Is it
the
this
one.
one?
Yeah, it's that. Mark Duplass.
Yes.
Yeah. He actually, I think he wrote and directed this too.
He and his brother are big into
Yeah.
making movies.
Leaving the flatlands, and we are heading up towards the mountaintop. The ad said $1,000 for the day, filming services. Discretion is appreciated.
And you're going to die.
This is on Netflix?
Wonderfully
Yes.
unsettling.
Good.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, it's good.
Intense, disturbing.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm assuming you're Aaron.
Oh, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you.
Joseph. Oh my god.
I would enjoy him as a villain.
Oh my god.
He's good.
This is gonna be a good day.
That one
So the
that he
reason
was
I'm
in with
hiring you is because I have
Everybody
terminal
Loves
brain
Raymond was
cancer.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And I want you to film me to make a video diary for my unborn son. You ready for this?
Joseph.
This is called an adventure. We don't know exactly where we're going, but I have a feeling. When you follow those feelings, great things can happen. Don't ever forget that.
Joseph?
There was about 2 seconds there where it looked like you wanted to kill me.
What about Bob and Fatal Attraction?
I think I'm gonna head back. You see my keys?
One drink, okay? Bottoms up.
I don't know if I could sit through something where the whole thing was just handheld camera.
It reminds me of Blair Witch.
Yeah.
You need to
I
get
did
out
that
of that
once.
house right now.
I don't know if I could do it again.
Joseph. Joseph.
Why do you look scared? Don't be scared. It'll all be over soon.
Dude.
God, I'm gonna have
And
to
that's on
watch
Netflix right now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Here we
There's
go.
a sequel too. There's a sequel too. He made the sequel too.
Is that on Netflix also?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, I'm gonna. We should try to watch those.
Creep.
Yeah.
It's good though. We watched it on a. It was actually on a. Chris was on a What Culture video, like top 10 horror movies to watch on Netflix, and we're
Really?
like, I was like, oh, Mark Duplass, I'll watch that.
What was the number? What else was on that list?
What was that? The one that just came out. It was a few, God. Bree remembers them all, of course, but there's one.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Bree.
Oh, what was the name of that one? I'd have to
Yeah.
find out. We watched a few of them. A few of them were really good. I can't remember the names of them though. But they're on Netflix though, which is nice.
Yeah. Then some of that stuff never goes away.
Yeah. Unless you're The Office.
Yeah.
Is that going away? Is The Office going away?
Yeah.
2021.
2021.
Oh, that's
Well, you got some time.
it's like 2 years away. I haven't watched a single episode yet.
Oh, it's going to crush Netflix, though. That's the only reason a lot of people
It's
favorite
one of the most
Netflix.
watched
Yeah.
shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
Was it good?
The Office?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's my personally, it's my favorite show of all time.
Was it better than Parks and Rec?
I prefer it over Parks and Rec, but I like Parks and Rec a lot.
Parks and Rec, the beginning, it was trying to be The Office, and then they found their own stride.
Right.
It got really good.
That's why I had a hard time I still haven't got into Parks and Rec, but I've heard I need to.
You have
But
to.
I had a hard time getting into it because I was like, this is trying too
They
hard
they
to
get
be The
away from
Office.
it, and they start doing their own thing.
You know,
Once
honestly,
that extra dude disappears, everything is okay.
truthfully, you can skip. For me, you could skip all of season 1 of Parks and Rec.
Oh no, but you miss Chris Pratt stuff, and I don't think
You miss
Yeah,
a
but
lot
I
of
don't like
really
Cr-
good, like
I don't-
establishing Ron Swanson stuff too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like Chris Pratt very much in season 1 though. He gets a lot better in season 2.
He's a lot
He
more
does
of
get a lot better,
of
but,
a douchebag. But he
yeah.
grows a lot as the series goes on.
Yeah,
and
but
he-
you have to watch it. Just get through it though.
You
like,
have to,
like
yeah, power
muscle your way
and then-
through it.
yeah.
Which is a lot like The Office, though. I mean, like, that's a slow burn on liking Michael Scott.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't just start out loving.
But he
Steve
becomes
Carell.
so endearing.
You have to. I mean, by the time he leaves, though, season 7, you're
He's
like,
oh no,
it's
please
a
don't
heartbreaker,
go, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's it. You know,
oh, fucking spoilers, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been out for.
Well, and then they do
over 10 years.
guest managers: Idris Elba, James Spader.
Yeah. So Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates
Will
comes
Ferrell.
in. Yeah.
Will
Will
Ferrell. God, I forgot about that.
Idris Elba's a nice
Yeah.
honorable mention
Idris
too.
Elba's really good.
What a great actor.
He's the reason why I watched Jungle Book, actually.
But he's been in some shit too, like Dark Tower.
I haven't
That's
seen
just
it yet.
bad.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw about 10 minutes of it.
Matthew McConaughey's in it, isn't he? Any
The
good?
Mountain
It's awful.
Between Us is actually not an unwatchable movie. It's pretty good. If you like those like survival type movies.
Okay.
It's good. Oh, speaking of survival shows, Hulu right now has a show from History Channel called Alone. Has any of you watched that?
No.
It's like
I've heard of it.
It's like they send like the first season.
Yeah.
Is they send like 10 guys into they're on like Vancouver Island. In
Yeah,
Pacific
one of the
Northwest.
dude loses his flint like in the first night he's there, basically.
Yeah. And has to leave, and he's all like teary eyed.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like
It is good, though.
A better version of Survivor. It's like
Because it's a competition.
Yeah.
But they're not together. It's not like
They're
it's
all
not like
There's no
they're
teams.
all alone.
They're all by themselves.
yeah.
And they're forced to. And there's one guy on there.
Spoilers in the
that-
title.
He kind of looks like Abraham from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But he just like he'll do shit because they have to film themselves. They're given like 4 cameras to film themselves.
Yeah.
They set them up, and then he'll do shit where he's just like kind of talking, and then he'll like go into like song, or he'll do something, or he quotes a verse from The Raven.
Oh my god!
And he's like this big, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Like 240-pound guy.
So he's
got
a
this
character.
big yeah,
He's a real life character.
He's like my favorite guy. He's still we're down to like 4 guys. He's still one of the guys in there.
The dude that went. Well, I won't spoil it then.
Yeah, don't
Season
spoil it.
1.
He's going to make his mark.
It's good. It's a good show. We started watching it yesterday.
Well, basically, one guy finds like the seaweeds that's growing, and he pretty much like dominates the whole show. Like as far as like winning, because like he's just basically all he does is just sleep and then eat the seaweed. That keeps
might
all
be the
this.
guy.
Yeah.
He saves all of his energy and then just like sleeps and then eats the seaweed. One of the dudes in the beginning of it, remember, he's like doing like working out on the island and
What a
stuff. Like
Must be a different episode.
he
different
expends
season.
so much like energy. It's like you idiot.
Yeah.
The dude that loses his flint is like the hilarious though.
Oh yeah.
How would you lose anything if you had so little to lose?
Well, fill in the fire.
Oh.
No, he set it on his coat, and then he
Right.
picked up his coat, and then it like got washed away off the on the beach. And he's like, I lost my ferro rod.
Yeah.
And he strokes
fucked.
out about it over like a couple nights. So one guy freaks out after like the first night of being there because a bear came up to his tent
Yeah.
in the middle of the night. Which, I mean,
I would be leaving.
That could be a legitimate fear.
Yeah,
If he doesn't have any food, then the bear's probably
I'm not
gonna
really
move
scared
along.
much, but I'm not going to mess with any bears.
The statistic is there's like several thousand bears.
Sure.
I can't remember but like 1,000 cougars.
On the island, yeah.
Yeah, and like 200 wolves or something like that. It's like
I'm more scared of cougars because they're cats.
yeah, and they're
Like
they're,
the bear will
they
kill you,
stalk.
but I don't think it's going to hurt that much because I think it's going to go real quick. Like,
But the cougar, you're not even know it's there, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
and it
I
could
don't know,
it could
man.
play with you.
Bear deaths don't go fast. I
No?
fucking watched that Treadwell idiot die.
Oh yeah.
Well, you didn't watch it. You
It
heard
just
it.
it seems to me like they
listened
would
to-
hit so hard
No,
that you
I
wouldn't
listened
feel
to that.
much.
I listened to that idiot die on tape.
It was pretty bad.
No, you did not. You watched Werner Herzog listen to the idiot die on tape.
No,
which
that
is-
tape's out there.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
come
I don't
on.
want to watch it.
It's the internet, man. Some idiot released that
Okay,
tape.
I'll find it.
I
And it never
listened
goes
to
away.
it, and the dude is just like, he's like, why?
I like you.
Dude,
We were family.
that guy's an idiot.
What a bad idea.
Yeah, the worst idea.
I've watched
I love
that movie, like 3
though.
times.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
I
I want to make my kids watch it. It's time to make my kids watch that movie.
Yeah.
It's their coming of age.
Yeah.
So good.
All right. We better get out of here.
Let's
but-
do.
All right.
That was fun.
It was a great show. Great show, gentlemen.
Nothing to end like bear rape.
All about our Rushmores and nothing about the butt.
Barely.
Pretty much a victory.
It's been the Time Spent Poorly show with Derek and Eduardo, special guest Chris Huddleston. I am the Beard. Don't forget, mash that like button, TSPN.fun. Go ahead, Ward.
All that stuff.
Like us and subscribe on iTunes. Write a review. Give us a 5-star rating and review. You caught me off guard.
I'm sorry.
Now available on
like you're ready to
iHeartRadio.
Yeah, we are on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. You've got a button for it on your TV remote.
So if you somehow were like an iHeartRadio guy and then you found us somewhere else and you're like, but I really like iHeartRadio, you go listen to us on iHeartRadio. So
yeah,
there's that. Just search
pretty much wherever you
Time
want
Spent
to.
Poorly all pod feed. I think it's the
That
one
one
that's there.
actually took time to get us on there. So
Yeah, several months, in fact.
Did you have to pluck some heartstrings?
Yeah. I think they have like 4 people working there or something.
Yeah.
But,
Also,
all right.
tune in a few weeks because maybe we'll all have watched Creep.
Yeah, we're taking another 3 weeks off. We just got.
I'll rewatch it.
Taking
for you
3
guys.
weeks off.
I want to watch the sequel, anyways.
Well, you got married.
I did.
I've been camping. It's been fun.
Well, married
We're
man.
gonna be doing
It's
some
summertime.
camping.
Oh, and happy 4th of July to everybody.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
Independence
4th.
Day.
We'll
Yes,
see.
that
Go America. Fuck
We'll
yeah.
be back on
Fucking
definitively
colonists.
July 25th, as long as there's no conflicts.
Woo!
All right. So thanks again. We'll see you next.
Oh, and
in
sports
3
programs back
weeks.
on Saturdays, by the way.
Woo!
So.
Yay! All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Later.